Ladies and
Oh.
No.
Okay.
Just no. Here we go.
try it
do
again.
like the logo and then like cut to just
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, exactly. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Mission Men Podcast, brought to you by Mission Media Group. The Mission Men Podcast, the podcast about nothing and everything. And, you know, just a little in between. Guys, we got a great show for you today. We just want to say thank you. We love you. We appreciate you. Thanks for watching the show for some reason. We just appreciate you. I mean, John, why do you think people watch this show? Okay.
My
Great.
life be like, ooh, ooh, my life be like.
So, guys, we got a great show. We're really excited
What are you
about it
doing?
today. We got.
He's playing like footsie under the table.
I got him with the footsie.
I did that. See, I got you good, brother.
What?
In the other episode. Anyways, so
that
guys, thank you. We just appreciate your comments. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sharing. We have a lot of fun doing this. We actually really enjoy doing this. I think when
I
we
love
started,
you guys.
I love you.
We love you too.
And I love you, Paul. And I think when we started this, I don't think we thought it would become
We
what it
never
become.
thought we would be doing this.
Right. Like consistently, right? I mean, it was just
12,
like a fun
13, 14 episodes in. Yeah.
I know.
I never thought about it.
Yeah. Paul's like, what did I get myself into?
We're doing a podcast, folks.
Yeah. So we're having fun. So we love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you. Okay. So guys, I thought it'd be fun. Well, or actually before we get into our main topic today, we've got a little controversy that we want to dive into. Yeah. Yeah. Not between us, but with the church in general. And it'll be interesting to get you guys' thoughts on what we're about to show.
You totally have me lost right
This
now.
is such clickbait material right here. What is about to happen?
I
Yeah,
have no. Only thing you're the only one that knows this, obviously.
Well, no, I'm talking about the church.
Don't blindside us.
Don't blindside. So it's gonna be a lot of fun, and we'll get your reactions.
boy.
We'll talk about it. But our first
Pretty
segment,
scared.
I think we're gonna have a lot of fun with.
we are.
Yes. So this is called the playground insult game.
What?
Okay. So this is how it works. We do 1v1, and what you have to do is you have to take turns insulting each other.
Really?
No, but in a playground way, like little kids would do. Okay.
I'm not going to insult you, Paul.
Oh my gosh. Are you kidding?
It's going to be hard for me to do this too.
Brandon,
but
let's go
without
I'm just kidding.
without laughing. Without laughing. That's
Oh, we
the
can't
whole-
laugh.
Yeah, you can't laugh.
So
right.
So I'm gonna preface this though, because
Okay.
I wouldn't do this against either of you. I just don't want to insult you both. But
Right.
I like this idea. So let's do this.
Are you gonna have a twist to this idea?
Kind of, yes.
Okay, all right.
Okay, what's the idea?
Like, you can insult me if you want, but I'm going to personally say things to you that are going to catch you off guard.
Okay.
You do that anyway.
Yes. Which is why I will win.
John, have
and
you
I'm going to do it in a little kid way.
Okay. That's fine.
And I'm going to interrupt you again.
Okay. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I just wanted to say.
Or what, Brandon? You
Or
wanna say?
I was going to say, or you can overly compliment to where it's funny, I guess.
Oh. What the heck? Chill. What the world is that? Something about compliments. All right.
There's a fire. Okay. All right. So we'll start off. We'll take turns. So John,
Okay.
we'll do John and Paul first. So the first person to laugh loses. Then we'll move on.
Okay,
to
let's
the
do
next
compliments. That's a good idea.
round. Compliments.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
Oh, you're going to lose, buddy.
Okay. Here's the rules. You can smile. Okay. You can
All right.
smile, but you just can't like make an audible, kind of thing. So the Brandon
That was
laugh.
crazy.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Go ahead.
You ready?
All right, John. John, you can serve. Go first.
You're just extremely nice.
This is tense.
Great pink shirt you got. Nice pink shirt.
When you smile, your dimples make me feel alive again.
That was really nice. All right.
How did I lose on my arm? You were definitely laughing, but I just couldn't get your face.
Paul is losing it.
Can we go again?
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay,
Well, here we'll take turns. Here. Okay.
One.
All right. Do you want a minute? You're good.
I'm good.
You're good. Okay. All right. So you want to go again?
1-0.
Okay. 1-0.
We'll go to
okay.
3.
Best of 3.
Best of
okay. There we
three.
go.
Best
Okay.
of
That's
three.
fair. All right. Here we go. So the compliment battle. Here we go.
No, it's your turn.
Yeah. So Paul, you get to serve here once
How
you're
are
ready.
you winning? What the? All right.
Your mustache makes monkeys smile.
You can't do that.
Oh, okay. I heard. I got a call rolling. Now here's the ruling. You didn't say a compliment. So you said
What?
something about the compliment itself. No, you didn't give it. So I'm going to call that a no-go. Go ahead. Keep going. That was no point. No contest. John, serve.
I think every hair on your head makes me remember my childhood in such a beautiful way.
Touching. Deep. Paul, your serve. Introspective.
I'm trying to think of something.
There must not be a lot of nice things to say about him.
I have a lot of nice things to say about him.
John, you need to blow your nose. Shut up.
When you
That's one.
I didn't even get it out. I couldn't even get it out.
Okay, here's the good news. So don't say it. Don't ruin it. Save it. Okay, so we got 1-1. Here we go. So this is the tiebreaker. Here we go. All right, so John, your serve. No,
you gotta sit down. You gotta sit down.
No theatrics. Dude, you're doing a bunch of extra
Okay, I'm
stuff
sorry.
here.
Okay,
Just
Mr. Rulebook over here.
Well, I'm trying to keep the game
Gosh.
free. Here we go. Come on, dude.
All right.
Let's go.
Paul,
John,
your glasses are something that makes me think of shine. And when I say shine, it stands for you. Saturated, hot, integrity.
No. Well, I heard something.
Nice,
Who was that?
excellent.
Who was that? Was that you?
No, that was him. That was you. All right,
you made your own self laugh.
nice. Excellent.
Oh man,
That was good. That was good.
Down
He
to
won.
the wire.
Oh.
What a good match.
Hey, he won, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna get.
I only won because you laughed at your own.
I heard the
It
exhale.
came out.
Again, you can smile, you can just close, but it's the minute you make a. It's tough.
I popped.
All right. So, now we'll do. We'll give, since Paul won, we'll give him a break, and then
Please
whoever
do.
wins between us, that'll be for the championship.
All right.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
Here we go.
And Paul, feel free to throw in comments to kind of drive this. All
right.
Who should go first?
Here we go. Who's serving first?
I guess I'll
Brandon
go first.
serve.
Yeah. Okay.
Here we go.
John, there's a lot of things that I love in life, but your mustache, even when there's food in it, it just, there's a hole in my heart, John. And your mustache just puts a cover on it. Yes!
All right, and we are 1-0. Here we go.
I gotta stop making myself laugh.
Dude, you almost, when you're making that sound. That almost had me.
You can single-handedly lose the game just by you laughing.
I thought you would win beyond the shadow.
I
of
just
doubt.
knew you would win every single round.
I know.
Sorry, guys.
I thought Paul and I would not have a chance in this game.
All right. John, you
just
serve.
wait. Just wait.
John, your serve.
Brandon Matthias. There's an A in the middle.
Not really.
Yes!
Yeah, baby!
No, redo. Just,
No, there's no redo.
Give
There's
me
no,
a-
no.
No, I can't.
Okay.
It's because you know what's happening is my brain keeps going to stuff that I shouldn't say, and I filter, and then I laugh at what I shouldn't say.
But there's no A in the middle. I mean, I guess
The
A
email,
and N.
the email, your email, Brandon A. Matthias.
Oh, okay. You just said Brandon Matthias.
Okay, but did he laugh? Is that a?
Oh yeah, no, you can go again, but I won. I mean, that's
won, so
yeah.
you and Paul are facing each other.
Yeah,
after
but
this?
I want to hear you out.
All right, here we go.
Okay,
All right, go ahead.
Do we have serious music? I could see how that really would have helped.
No,
Yeah.
we don't.
Okay, dang.
Well,
Maybe
maybe
we'll put some in.
Yeah, I'll
post.
put some music. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brandon Matthias. On this day, I would love to take you as my beautiful wife. And from this day forward, it is yes and yes and yes.
1,000 times yes.
If your nose is anywhere near me at any point,
What does that mean?
from the hip.
What?
You heard me.
I did, but I don't understand.
You're so beautiful.
Thank you.
And above all, you remind me of a baboon.
What?
In what way?
You need to get in the sun,
That's a fair assessment.
but you are.
What?
What?
You are. A man. And a good one.
Thank you.
You're a soldier. To the dedicated and brave-hearted. Did you fart?
No.
Because you blew me away, girl.
Are you done?
I'm not going to win. This is harder than I thought it was going to be.
It's very hard.
So you're saying I can make you guys laugh almost by dropping a dime at random times in life, but when it comes down to the wire, I can't?
No.
That's crazy.
No, I know it.
There
I
you
know
go.
This is
All
rigged.
right.
That game was rigged.
No,
Y'all cheated.
No, we didn't cheat.
Y'all had a tapping mechanism
You're-
underneath the table.
No.
How do we cheat by making you laugh?
Tapping mechanism.
Listen,
Okay.
you're just not as funny as you think you are. That's what it comes down to.
You hush.
There we
You
go.
guys should play against each other.
All right, here we go. So this is for the championship. All right, so Paul versus Brandon. Here we go. Paul, I think you won first, so I'll give you the first serve here.
Oh gosh.
All right, here we go. Okay, here we go.
All right. Paul's thinking.
Brandon, you're an amazing guitar player. So amazing that you make a choir of monkeys sing.
Why do you go back to monkeys?
I heard
How do you go?
Why do you make me laugh?
Because you said monkeys twice.
I can say monkeys as many times as I
I
want
know
to.
you can, but we can't.
You blew it for me.
No. He didn't laugh. If anything,
right,
it was
all
from
right,
me.
all
It wasn't
right,
from
all right.
you.
All right.
So it's just your turn.
Okay, that's fair. All right.
Unless you feel like I ruined your ability to make him laugh, Paul.
We'll keep going.
Okay, keep going, Brandon.
Okay, all right. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with no point. All right, here we go. Paul. Where do I begin? Yes.
I don't know what's so funny about this. It's so funny.
You started again. You made me laugh.
Why didn't I use that earlier?
Oh my gosh.
It's a simple thing.
Does that
It's a simple
count?
thing.
I gotta shut up. I'm going.
It
to
counts.
shut up.
It counts.
All right.
He made me laugh.
All right. So we'll say one zip. All right.
Okay.
So that was my serve. All right, Paul, you're up.
All right. Okay. Let me think. Brandon,
I don't know those things.
roses are red. Violets are blue. I don't know what to say next.
Let's go.
You won. I can't do this. I just cracked up laughing. I cannot keep a straight face for anything.
I think that's the hardest part.
Oh my gosh. That was a fun game.
Great idea.
I'm glad we did that.
That was a great idea.
You know what? It's funny because where I got the idea from, it was like total insults, but just playful and total joking. Thank you. And excuse yourself, John. And, dude, here's the funny thing. You know what professionals do? Professionals go, excuse me. Okay, but John's like, bah. Just right into the mic.
I swear, the license says I'm 21, but I feel 5.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's the next thing?
Yeah, so here we go. Let's pull this up here. Let me get.
So what's our real topic of the day?
So what I wanted to get your guys' thoughts and opinions on this video. Okay.
Oh gosh.
So this is a real video. It's from a church.
Oh boy.
Again, we'll blur out. I don't think there's any names or anything, so we'll keep it completely anonymous. Let me just very quickly get it to the beginning.
I have a feeling I know what this is.
Yep. So here we go, guys. So I'm gonna turn it to the sound here, and let me just get to the beginning. Oh shoot. Okay, here we go.
This church kicked a Bible into their congregation. Yeah, you heard that correctly. They had a Super Bowl themed sermon where they had a coin flip at kickoff and a halftime show where they remade Miley Cyrus's song Wrecking Ball. I mean, this is straight up disrespectful. Just watch these clips.
Would you like to kick or receive the Bible?
I will receive. Tome wins the toss, chooses to receive the Bible. Patterson back with the kick.
And that is an actual Bible.
Oh my goodness!
God, he smoked that thing.
Is that a touchback?
So this is the halftime show.
What?
That's crazy.
There's something that's wrong about all of this.
So
What church is this? I know you can't tell me. Never mind. Don't tell me.
Okay.
Paul.
All right. So
That's something I would ask. Leave those questions to me.
let me call people out. No. So
Tyler? No, I'm just kidding. It's not has nothing to do with this.
That's
just an onboard joke. He probably has no clue I've been saying his name.
he doesn't watch the show.
He doesn't watch the show. It's so funny.
That's like a meme of the show now. It's like
Easter
Tyler.
egg.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so for those listening, what happened was a church during Super Bowl season. It was probably right around Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They lined up a Bible. They did it like they were doing a kickoff, and then the person kicked an actual Bible into the congregation. And then their halftime show was a parody of Miley Cyrus's Wrecking Ball song, and where the ref is actually straddling on a wrecking ball.
Well, what was he singing? What was the song?
Wrecking Ball.
They were actually singing the Wrecking Ball song.
It was a parody. And I'll bring up some of the lyrics in a minute, which are really questionable.
This was in a church, though.
In a church. So all this happened in a church. So all right, there's a couple portions to this. So let's start with the actual Bible kicking itself. What are your guys' initial thoughts and reactions on that?
I have no words.
You have no words.
That's ridiculous. Mm-hmm. I just think it's ridiculous.
Ridiculous. All right, John, what do you think?
I'm at a loss for words at the disrespect against the word.
Hey,
Ooh,
there you go.
Put that on a
There you
t-shirt.
go. That's a t-shirt right there.
Yeah, I think it's dumb.
Yeah,
I can expound if you want me to.
Yeah, I mean, I'll expound. I'll let you. My first initial reaction.
So
was
my thing on that is
Go ahead, Brandon.
Oh
Go
my
ahead.
gosh. No, the things I put up with. The book, the Bible itself, is just a book with letters and written on pages, right? But but it's nothing until you apply it in your life, right? Right. So, but I shouldn't say it's not nothing. That's not the right term. But it's more powerful when you're actually applying it in your life and using those words. But on the other side of that, I mean, it's God's word. I mean, that's what it is. And so, it can be useless to somebody that doesn't use it for the right reasons.
right.
But like I said, I mean, there's also a respect that I find this very disrespectful. Me personally,
Of course, it's totally.
And I get trying to, is this just an example of a church trying too hard?
Oh,
to
they're
reach?
definitely trying too hard.
Yeah. So,
They're
anyways,
trying.
expound on it. You go ahead.
This example may or may not hit, but I feel like it's if I borrowed one of Paul's cameras and then took it out and used it in the wrong way and made like a joke out of it. Like it would be disrespectful towards you, I think. Right? Kind of.
Okay.
Does that kind of hit?
I'm trying to track with you.
Okay.
I'm
Fair.
trying really
like
hard.
I said, I pitched this with I'm not sure
I'm
if this
trying
really
to
hits.
track with you.
Basically, I just think it's disrespectful, personally. And I don't think it gets across a
I
message
mean, what
of
point
any
were they
kind.
trying to get across?
That's
Well,
what
I
I'm
mean,
saying.
what were they trying to do? Was it supposed to be humorous?
I mean, I guess it was just supposed to be relatable, maybe.
Relatable
because-
to whom and to what?
Well, the Super Bowl. Again, I'm just playing devil's-
minus the Super Bowl attachment. What was the point in that?
Yeah, I guess to try to be funny. I guess. I mean, I don't know.
But
what
But here's I have a deeper question: is who in the congregation actually laughed at that,
yeah,
Or continue to go to church after it?
or that? I mean,
That church?
right. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I would literally have to walk out. I would leave.
Yeah.
because it wasn't. That's not funny to me.
Oh, I'd
No.
stay to watch the rest to see what else happened and be like, that's messed up. And then I'd leave. I'd be like, okay, what else are they going to do? This is terrible.
Well,
I'd honestly, if it was something that big and loud like that, I feel like I wouldn't have as much of a problem as like going to them and being like, hey,
You would actually confront.
I think so.
You think so?
I would like to say,
what would
I
you
think
say?
so.
yeah,
Why'd you guys do that? I would start by asking them why.
yeah.
Yeah.
What was the point? Unless I understood what they were going for in
And
the
there's
sermon.
there's a reason that you
Reason?
would understand.
Well,
If
that's
they
what I'm
said it?
saying. I said, okay, I understand you were trying to do this, but why did you do it in that way?
And
Okay.
would any answer suffice?
No, but I would like to see where
You want to
they
hear
were-
what they wanted to say.
I want to hear what they want to say, and then I would be like, well, the Bible says this, and then I would be like, why would you do this? I don't know. I would like to find out why, and then subtly and gracefully give them like, hey, shouldn't do that. Like, it's not my place to run their church, but as a Christian, I don't want us Christians to give non-Christians this appearance. And I want to speak on the behalf of Christians who should just glorify the Lord in a pure way, not in this kind of way.
Well, I mean, it's just, I mean, literally stepping on, one of the foundational pillars of Christianity, which is God speaking to us. And, so, all right. So here's a good discussion. So are there other instances you can think of where like the church is just going too far to try to be funny or relatable or whatever? Like we're just constantly, I guess we're pushing boundaries a little bit, when it comes to reaching new people. And I think, when you try to become too much like the culture, you might draw people in, but you're also getting further away from being Christ-like. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think too that people who are not in Christianity want to experience Christianity and Jesus in an authentic, real way because they're if they're coming from the world, I guess maybe this is more young people. Young people want real and authentic. They don't want you if you're trying to copy what they already have in a cheaper and not as good way.
Right.
So if you make your media, your advertisements, your way you do services, your whatever, if you're the pastor and you're like, this is lit, fam, I'm here to serve the world and serve my, you try to talk with the lingo and you're trying to be like the
Papa
world.
John,
Those people are going to reject that and be like, man, what is he doing? We're authentic in realness, like meters, right?
Yeah.
We read people's how authentic they are.
Right.
And so if we see they're just trying to copy what the world does, then it's disingenuous. It turns you off to that.
And even like I'm just trying to figure out kind of, Paul, where you're coming from. It's like, I mean, but like that's not even like remotely like funny.
it's not
Like
even funny.
what like what's the point?
Or clever.
Right, what you're
I mean, to
saying.
see
Clever,
someone
right,
swing
right.
across the stage on a wrecking ball, that's not even funny.
Yeah. So here, I want to bring that up too because I want to actually read out these lyrics that they're singing, and I want to get your guys' take on this. So give me 1 sec here. So they just did. All right, they're reenacting. It's
Just
gonna
watch
come
it
in
all
just a second.
again.
Well, so here's the video. They kick it. So here's the lyrics. I'll read it as it plays. So it came in like a wrecking ball. I never hit so hard in love. All I wanted was break your walls. All you ever did was ref me. So
What?
all you did,
Huh?
yeah.
So here's the thing: is we can't really fully speculate off this because we don't have all context.
Right.
However, from that clip alone, I don't see the point at all.
Yeah, I mean, because like here's the interesting thing is that song has no association with the Super Bowl at all in any way, shape, or form. Like it wasn't done at a halftime show.
Right.
It was just a hit song in whatever year.
Right.
So that's what I'm trying to figure out. It's like, why did they choose that? And because it has no association with Super Bowl. At least with the, at least with kicking the Bible had to do with the Super Bowl, which was happening then. But like,
Right.
why that song and why?
And
I don't know.
why would you choose that song? If people, okay, here's a problem. This is why I would confront the pastor.
Okay.
Oh, Wrecking Ball? So say you're a 10-year-old kid. Wrecking Ball? What's that? This must be a cover. What's this a cover of? Wrecking Ball, Miley Cyrus. Oh, okay, cool. Looks up the song.
Yeah.
What's the music video? Naked Miley Cyrus swinging on a wrecking ball.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got this 10-year-old who literally just got introduced to pornographic material, not fully, but pornographic
Right.
material because of a church.
Risque material.
Risque
Very
material
risque,
because
yeah.
of a church.
Right.
That's the problem. If anything's not the problem, that's a problem.
Yeah. It's because it's trying to involve the culture. Right. And it's trying to be relatable through the
Right.
culture, but we can't be relatable through that.
No.
That's not the avenue to be relatable through. The avenue to be relatable through is, hey, we have a hole in our heart and we're all trying to fill it. How do we fill it? With Jesus. So,
Okay, so what do you? Let me ask you this question, because I think that this is a problem that's much bigger than this one church.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you think that churches in general are trying to be more relatable instead of doing it with the way they're supposed to be doing it?
Yeah. I mean, I would definitely say yes. Now, I think there's really effective
There's
ways.
effective methods of being relatable.
Exactly. Yeah, because there's a line, right? And there's a line with any kind of thing that we encounter. There's too far, then there's okay. Here's where the line is, and obviously that's a hard line to figure out when it comes to churches. But it comes when you start compromising, or when you, like John said, when it could possibly be introducing to someone, something that they shouldn't be introduced to, especially as a young kid or whatever. So yeah, no, John, what do you think?
Well, what about that? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
go
off. But I always think about, what about that new Christian who happened to come to that church that first day, that first time, that was their first service. What are you telling them?
Right.
I mean, what are you telling them? What are you teaching them?
Right.
That's so dangerous.
Yeah.
And it's almost blasphemous.
Well, it's definitely blasphemous. I mean, just that I would.
You're right. That is blasphemous.
Yes.
Yep, it
Right.
is.
But-
Especially to treat the Bible like that, too. That's blasphemous in itself. To kick it.
Well, I think you bring up an interesting point, because one time I heard a pastor say something. This happened in real life to a friend I know, and they tried to say something like funny and relatable, like that was actually a quote from a movie, and then one person didn't know what it was from, so they Googled it, and the connotation of it was a cuss word, and but it was totally pure-hearted. It was totally coming from like a, oh, I've heard people say this, but I don't think this pastor realized like what the actual meaning of it was.
Right.
If that makes sense. And then somebody Googled it, they looked it up, and wait, what? Why is this pastor saying
Yeah.
this phrase when it means a cuss word?
Yeah. Yeah. And it's also dangerous, too, because if you're a pastor of the church like that and you're leading, you are entrusted with those people.
Right.
You're entrusted with new people and people who are with you, and you steer them the wrong way like that. It's dangerous waters to be in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that's the tough balance, is because I don't even think this pastor knew. He's a little older, and and I think he heard.
trusted his
He
creatives.
heard the
his
Right.
creatives. Real creative.
Yeah, right. And so
Copy and
I
paste.
think, yeah, right. So Yeah, I think it is an interesting line that the church has to, because I think what it comes down to is they're trying too much in their own will and their own way of trying. It's like we have to figure this out rather than relying on the fact that God's power and God's Holy Spirit is so powerful that it can move someone and it can change. It can not condemn but convince. You know what I mean?
Right.
So. And again, we want to use all the tactics that we can to help draw them in and to help feel the presence of the Lord.
Right.
But, how far is too far, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like at our church, we had a Mother's Day event one time where we did a parody of Let It Go, talking about mothers.
Right.
But that doesn't lead you to anything wrong, and we weren't making a Christian point out of that song.
Right.
Right.
Like we weren't trying to show a message of Jesus through a secular song. We're trying to appreciate mothers,
Right.
So that's a totally different side of the fence. Like that's cool. That's funny.
But there's so many people that this is why where you go to church is important.
True.
And where the leadership is important.
Yeah. Right.
Because there are churches out there that are just not doing it right. And if you don't know any better, you can be led so far astray.
It's true.
But I do think, because Pastor talks about this all the time, as far it's important where you worship. It's really important where you worship. It's really important to know the word for yourself, so that you don't take someone's word for it.
Yeah.
Right.
No pun intended.
Yeah.
Right. But still,
Or kick it. Yeah.
I mean, still, or kick it. I mean, it's super important that you do. But I mean, for that young Christian or that new Christian that goes into any church, how do you? What would you say to that person who goes to a church who doesn't know one church from another? How do they know what a good church is?
Right.
So what do you tell that person?
Yeah. And you have people that are not just like new Christians, but struggling with Christianity, Christians, Jesus. They're having trouble believing in any of that already. Yeah. And they see that and they're like, this isn't serious. This isn't real.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say, John. It's like fake. It's like, I know the Miley Cyrus video. I know whatever. It's like, this is stupid.
At least I'm being myself and I'm honest that I don't follow Jesus. Like they could, that person could have that perspective like, that's nuts. I know I'm not following Jesus.
But here's the deal. What if they don't know it's nuts? So what if that person walks into a church?
That's another story too.
That's what I'm saying. But what do you say to that person that walks into the church that's trying to find a good church, that's trying to be led properly,
Right.
and they don't know a good church from a bad church?
Yeah.
They don't know. They think a church is a church. Every church has to be good. Churches equals good in most of their eyes.
Right.
What do you tell that person? Like when they walk into that church and like, what do you tell them? Well, this is a bad church. They're going to say, well, why is it a bad church? Why?
You go for it. Yeah, you start home.
I think you need to make sure that they preach the word and glorify the Lord. And the way they do that is clear.
What if they don't know what that means, though?
If biblical scripture,
they don't know. They don't know the word. Pretend like they don't know the word.
Bible
they don't know the Bible at all. They're new. What do you tell them?
Well, I mean, it's different because we're in that church, but like, I mean, they just get a bad understanding of what church is. I mean,
that scares me when you think about it.
Oh yeah, of course,
true.
And
the thought of that makes me go like, that's crazy.
Right.
Well, and that this is not the only church doing this.
Of course,
this is not an anomaly. This is absolutely happening.
This is a common thing.
You actually sent me something a long time ago where I don't know if it was a pastor or somebody in ministry where they encouraged swearing.
I saw that.
And they're relating to
and they
people.
they actually said, the Lord is telling me to do this.
Yes, yeah. The Holy Spirit is leading me to
cuss,
to swear, to be relatable,
through a dream,
through a dream.
Right. Oh, that's right. It's through a dream. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I have to play that because that makes no sense. It literally makes no sense.
No scripture, no word, no foundation, no proof.
Yeah.
Dream.
Well, and obviously the word is very clear on its stance, and the Lord won't tell you something that contradicts another part of the word. It's all works together perfectly. So if if something that you hear from the Lord or whatever is contradicting the word, it's you messed up.
Speak life.
Yeah. Speak
But
life.
here's the part that makes me kind of nervous. You know, a lot of the younger generation, younger Christians, use social media in a lot.
Right.
And they use it to find the church they want to go to or whatever the case is. And they hear these, and sometimes crazy pastors say crazy things. And they're getting this. Like it's like infiltrating their minds when they're looking at social media every night.
Right.
And they're getting this stuff that's completely wrong, but it kind of, you just got to think about it. I mean, they're listening to this stuff and they're believing this. This is it. This is the thing.
Yeah.
How and the question that I keep having thing in my head, like the question I said earlier, how do you reach that person to tell them like, yeah, this isn't it, man. You're looking at the wrong thing. But they're looking at it as they lock into this one church or this one pastor and what he's saying, and they're like holding on to every word at that point.
Yeah. I mean, I think you just have to point them to the word and show them what church actually is and what the point of it is. And because that's tough, because a lot of times I think our biggest battles are against Christians. I mean, honestly, you know, who are the people that killed Jesus? You know, it was the religious people. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't the Rome. I mean, obviously the Romans carried out the crucifixion, but
Right.
You know, it was the religious people. Right. So that was Jesus's biggest battle.
Priests. Yeah.
Was with the religious people. So
Pharisees.
So, yeah, I it's an uphill battle with people where if that's the first time they walk in, that's what they think church is. They think it's a theatrical, funny, relatable culture show, you know, and it's like, that's not. I mean, yes, we're in this world, but we're not of it, right?
Well, I think of it like this. Like I had a conversation the other day with a person who was talking about a movie, and I was talking to them how about that movie was demonic, and it had things in it that were demonic, and they didn't see that point that I was making because, oh no, that you thought was demonic was actually this, and this, and this, because it was like this and this and this. And I was like, well, I get that there's maybe a deeper meaning that isn't really demonic, like, hey, this is not Satan, this is not 666, but the spirit of it was demonic, and the actual way they represented it was demonic. If you know, I'm sharing that with that person, how that's my opinion on that movie.
Right.
All I can do is tell them what the word says, like Brandon said, and tell them how I don't think that aligns with the word.
Right.
After that, I have to let them do their thing. They'll watch that movie, and if I say, look, if you're challenging it that much, if this is such a back and forth thing between me and you, ask the Lord. Reveal, does this movie flow with you or not? Like, and the Lord will eventually, if you ask him, they have to be willing to ask him. You know, if they ask, say, hey, Lord, like, show me the truth behind this. You know, let the hidden things come to light. Then they'll have to figure that out for themselves. So in the meantime, while they do that, just pray over them.
Yeah. I guess too, Paul, that's probably a good point, just praying for him and just being like, Lord, help him see, and then invite him to your church.
Right.
And you don't want to over-invite them, because,
Right, but in the same breath that they're looking at social media and soaking all of this in,
it's hard.
You know, it's really difficult, but in the same breath, you know, it's like, what do you say? Here's another thing. We talk about this a lot. I talk about this with my friends a lot. It's about, you know, in terms of what you, even Christians, even us, what do you watch? Like, what do you allow yourself to watch, and what do you allow yourself not to watch? Like when it comes to television, movies, some people say, you know, I don't watch anything over PG, but I mean, or, you know, if it's, you know, whatever. But PG means something totally different now than it did back when I was going. I mean, what do you do when you're watching like TV at home? Like, do you have like guidelines you set for yourself?
It's a good question. I think for me, I don't necessarily have like a rating thing because I don't really.
Because some people I know, they go, oh, if it's R, I definitely don't watch that.
Yeah, for me, it's definitely not a rating thing because, like you just mentioned, some of the ratings are
They mean nothing,
yeah,
really.
right. Some of the things. So I think for me, it really comes down to I always do my research before. I always look things.
So do you
up
do?
and,
You research it.
I do, yeah, just to see. Because I'll literally go to like a kid's website where I'll like label out like violence, language, sexual stuff, and just see like what's in it. And then like, for me, and I think it's different for each person individually too, because each person has a different, I should say like maybe like tolerance to it, like where it can start being tempting at a certain point. Like maybe if it's for a movie that has a lot of women that are dressed not modestly or whatever, that may be a temptation. But obviously, like you just somebody said, the eyes are the windows of the soul, right? And so what you're taking in, it can also desensitize you too. You know what I mean? If you keep watching it and then it's like, oh yeah, I've already seen that, it's not going to bother me. So I think just being sensitive to the Holy Spirit and trying to have a soft heart towards, and again, John, you bring up a good point, like just even being willing to say, okay, God, hey, is this glorifying you, or am I putting myself in a compromising position watching this movie?
Right. Yeah. To add to that, I agree with all that. I think it's it does come down to weights, but in the same breath. That's the phrase that you use. I was gonna say you just said that a few seconds ago. It's a good statement. I've been saying it more now too. Anyways, I'll hop off. But
good night.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Signing
peace
off.
out.
So weights. Like I said on a recent podcast with ice cream, if you can't handle ice cream and you overeat it every time, don't eat ice cream. Don't keep it in your house. If you can't handle violence, if you can't handle cuss words, don't do it.
Yeah. Right.
But that's really intricate because, and I'm not perfect at this, because I'll still watch stuff or listen to stuff that later I'll be like, I shouldn't have done that.
Sure. Yeah.
But that also means that I have a clear relationship with the Lord where like, okay, at some point in that movie or show, music, I probably felt a certain way that I shouldn't be listening to it, and I overrided it, and later felt convicted on it, which is the Lord. Then moving forward, work hard not to do that again.
Right.
And so may struggle with it, may not be perfect at it, but I think it also comes down to the appearance to others of you partaking in that entertainment, movie, whatever. Because the Bible clearly does talk about it's a sin to allow to do something to allow your brother to stumble.
Right.
Right.
And avoiding the appearance of evil.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, avoid all appearance of evil. That's true. And so that is true. Yeah, good point.
Oh, thanks. I make them every now and then.
What was that?
It's like an outer body moment. Like I was like, that was dope. Thank you.
It's like when it's been too serious for too long, John just has to like.
I have random outbursts.
Right,
Okay, say that again though. What did you say?
Don't know.
He's not going to remember. Avoiding the appearance of evil.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, keep going.
No, you keep going.
Keep going. Okay, yes, keep going. Keep going.
I want to know. I want you to recap what you just said.
Okay,
because
yes, appearance of evil,
being
and don't
convicted.
allow your brother to stumble.
allowing your brother to stumble. That was the part.
Yeah, because that's what I try and be mindful of more and more, is because there's been situations and times where I've been discipling a young believer, and let's say I've had a time where I'll be going to some place with a certain group of people or just a person or doing a certain thing, and I'll catch myself. I'll be like, I don't know if I can invite him because he's not quite at the level that I am spiritually, and I don't have him to see this and then be thrown off by it, and it leads him into sin where he came from and he's trying to get out of.
Yeah. Right.
And then I'm like, well, then should I even be doing that?
Yeah.
And that comes down to what I joke about, what I say. That's the hardest one for me. It's not really entertainment. It's more what I joke about. Everyone knows I joke. Everyone knows I say wildly out of pocket things.
Wildly.
No.
Right.
Wildly.
Me, no filter. I'm
way.
really,
I wouldn't even call it out of pocket. I would be like, no pocket.
no pocket. Thank you.
Pocketless.
Pocketless.
Pizza pocket.
So with to add on to your point, one thing that I love that your dad talks about is that we're leaders.
Funny. I'm just kidding.
We're leaders, yes.
Just kidding.
Wow. No, so one thing that I love that he talks about is just when. Thank you, John.
Sorry, that was actually an accident.
Okay. He was touching my leg again. Nothing new.
Totally an accident.
So when we're called to be leaders as Christians, right?
Right.
And we're called to lead, maybe people that are, like you said, not as far as long, or people that are just checking out Christianity, whatever. So what we do in moderation, the people that follow us are going to do in excess. So, so we have to keep that in mind too. It's like, okay, what example we're setting, because that if somebody sees us doing it, then they're going to be like, oh, okay, well, he's doing that, then I can do that too. But, if they're not as strong or further along in their walk, that might be a real struggle for them, or maybe.
Pastor was just talking about this at this past department head meeting. He was just talking about it.
Yeah.
But it goes back to say, you're talking about the leaders in the church. Now let's go back to that video.
Right.
These are the leaders in the church.
Yeah. Right. That's
causing their brother to stumble because these are the leaders that were doing this.
Right.
They were on the platform kicking the Bible on a wrecking ball.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not good.
Authorized by the church.
Authorized by the church.
Right. So
I'm trying to take it full circle back around again to the video, but
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so guys, I think this is first of all, I thought this was a really good discussion, and I really appreciate your guys' thoughts and opinions. And obviously too, you guys watching, we would love to hear your thoughts as well. Please comment, tell us what you think, if you've had any pretty wild out of
leave
pockets.
your comments on YouTube so we can read them.
Absolutely, would love to see that. And so we just we thought this would be a cool discussion just to kind of see where the state of the church is, and are we crossing the line? And obviously this is not every church. I would say it's very small percentage, but you do see that a lot more where churches are kind of becoming, as they say, user friendly, which is just a term for being more culture and
that whole with user friend like
what did you say? This is what I heard. The whole
oh no! What I was saying is when back to recap them with different Macs you brought up. Then what
were you trying to say for real?
Oh no! Yeah, what? So I said before, if I can, then we. Everyone knows that I can't.
Okay, now
All right,
now we have
think
to cut it
this
off.
has been a good episode.
Yes,
John,
go for it.
Do the outro like that.
Okay, so we got the mission. If you run from it, then you can go on a mission and then be on a mission. And the minimum does. I saw that before, and I don't. You mission. We love you. We want you to go out and. Dim sum soup. That's something I can't bottom up. I feel like you would have already had us 3-4. So, thank you.
Nobody listened.
Tyler?